Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the Dungeon Den. In this last Sand and Bone battle report, winner stays on, Skaven versus the StormCast Eternals. The next battle reports will be done with the new Spearhead, Cities of Ash. If you're interested in that, just go check out Dungeon Den Patreon. If not, no harm, no foul. Straight into this battle report. Any products used will be in the description, so go check them out, please. Without further ado, Skaven versus StormCast Eternals. Start of battle roll-off. Ooh. StormCast Eternals win the roll-off and will choose to be the attackers. Regiment abilities for the StormCast are Blaze of Glory and the enhancements are going to be Null Pendant. For the Skaven, the regiment abilities will be Warp Laced Bullets, and the enhancements will be Warp Stone Charm. The Defender selects the Osire Battle Realm, choosing the Crypt of Blood deployment map. Territory B will belong to the Defender, alongside Terrain Group A, Large Wall and Small Fence. StormCast Eternal Spearhead now begins setting up their terrain pieces. Terrain Group B, Small Wall, Large Fence. Crypt of Blood is placed directly into the centre of the battlefield. StormCast Eternals deploy first. The Skaven begin their deployment. First up, the Skaven use Lurking Vermintide during the deployment phase, sending this specific unit of clan rats scurrying into the tunnels below. Twist card for the battle round 1 is Will of the Necropolis. The underdogs for this round will be the StormCast Eternals, who immediately choose to use Broken Will. StormCast pick an enemy target, clan rats, reducing the entire unit to a control score of 1 for the rest of the battle round. For battle tactics, the StormCast Eternals draw Morbid Consecration with the command Final Breath, War of Attrition with the command Speed of Death, and Raise with the command Determined Effort. The Skaven draw Holy Ground with the command Frantic Scramble, Dig 2 Graves with the command Countercharge, and the Grip of Death with the command Reform the Line. Battle Round 1. Start of turn for the StormCast Eternal Spearhead. There are no start of turn abilities, and the StormCast assess their battle tactics. Morbid Consecration, secure the objectives. War of Attrition, wipe the enemy from the field. And Raise, break through to the far enemy battlefield edge, ending the start of turn. Into the hero phase. The Lord Vigilant casts Plan the Attack, selecting the blood objective within enemy territory. Friendly units targeting enemies contesting that objective will add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks this phase. End of hero phase. In the movement phase, the StormCast surge forward aggressively. The Lord Vigilant moves directly onto the blood objective, clearly looking for combat. Prosecutors sweep across the battlefield in support. while the Lord Veritant runs for 8 inches, advancing onto the Necropolis objective. Finally, the Liberators move across towards the Knight objective, during the StormCast battle line, ending the movement phase. Into the shooting phase. Prosecutors unleash 3 Stormcall Javelins into the Rat Ogre unit. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, all hit, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds at Rend 1, 2 6-up saves for the Rat Ogres, both fail, 2d3 damage crashes through for 3 and 2, 5 wounds total. 1 Rat Ogre is dragged down instantly, leaving the remaining brute on 3 wounds. Brutal opening fire, ending the shooting phase. In the charge phase, the Lord Vigilant on Gryffstalker charges first with a 4, enough to make it in. The Prosecutors follow, fueled by Heralds of Righteousness, rolling 3d6 for the charge and crashing into the Skaven lines, ending the charge phase. Combat phase. Deliver Judgment. Combat phase ability is used on the Prosecutors. No further abilities into the fight abilities. Lord Vigilant strikes first with 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds at Rend 2. Rat Ogre armor is shredded apart for 4 total damage, removing another model and leaving the final Rat Ogre staggering on 3 wounds remaining. Then, the Gryffstalker tears in with its talons. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, double 6s, Rend 1. 2 6-up saves for the Rat Ogre. Both fail. 4 more damage crashes through, finishing the Rat Ogre unit entirely. The Beast Pack is wiped out. Nearby Clanrats immediately pile into the Prosecutors. 20 attacks, hitting on 4s, 10 hits, wounding on 5s, 4 wounds total. Prosecutors make 4 3-up saves. Failing 1 and taking a single point of damage, leaving 1 Prosecutor on 1 wound remaining. Prosecutors retaliate instantly. 9 Stormcall Javelin attacks into the Clanrats, hitting on 3s. 8 hits, wounding on 3s. 6 wounds. Skaven needs 6-up saves, making only 1. 5 Clanrats are removed from the unit. Deliver Judgment triggers. The Prosecutor's final attack. 9 more attacks hitting on 3s. 8 hits again, wounding on 3s. 4 6-up saves for the Skaven. Only 1 made. Another 3 Clanrats are slain. The unit barely hangs on. End of combat. End of turn for the Stormcast Eternals. The Skaven using Seething Swarm at the end of their turn for D3. Returning 3 Clan Rat models to the unit. Stormcast immediately answer with Speed of Death on the Prosecutors, removing them from combat and redeploying them 6 inches away from all enemy units, repositioning cleanly to take an objective. All end of turn abilities completed. As for the victory points, objectives, the Stormcast now control the Blood objective, the Necropolis objective, the Delusion objective, and the Night objective. Plan the attack now ends. Complete domination across the battlefield. Stormcast score 1 for controlling 1 objective, 1 for controlling 2 or more, 1 for controlling more objectives than their opponent. Battle tactics scored. Morbid concentration is completed by controlling the Delusion objective. Raise is not completed. Stormcast Eternals end battle round 1 with 4 victory points total. Start of turn for the Skaven. Battle tactics understood. Holy ground and dig 2 graves, the only realistic options available. No start of turn abilities, ending the start of turn and into the hero phase. Hero phase for the Skaven. The Grey Seer attempts to cast Wither into the Lord Vigilant, needing a 6. Fails with a 5. No other abilities, ending the hero phase. Movement phase for the Skaven. The Clawlord moves forward onto the Blood objective. While the Grey Seer also advances towards the Blood objective. Ending the movement phase. Shooting phase. Clawlord aims his rattling pistol into the Lord Vigilant. D6 attacks. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s with crit auto wounds. 1 auto wound goes through. 4 up save for the Lord Vigilant. Failed on a 3. 1 point of damage dealt, leaving the Lord Vigilant on 7 wounds remaining. Warlock Engineer now aims a Warplock musket into the Lord Vigilant, using more warp energy, needing a 2. Fails with a 1. The unstable energy backfires. D3 damage. Only 1 point taken, leaving the Engineer on 4 wounds remaining. 2 normal attacks now coming through. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at Rend 2. 2 5-up saves for the Lord Vigilant. Failing 1. D3 damage. 3 damage. The Lord Vigilant brought down to 4 wounds remaining, ending the shooting phase. Charge phase for the Skaven. The Grey Seer charges into the Lord Vigilant, making it with a 5. Clawlord attempts a charge. Snake Eyes, ending the charge phase. Combat phase. The Grey Seer strikes into the Lord Vigilant. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on 4s. Fails. The Lord Vigilant stands firm and swings back with the Hallowed Great Axe. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. 4 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at Rend 2. 4 damage crashes through the Grey Seer's defences, leaving the Grey Seer hanging on to a single wound remaining. The Gryffstalker immediately follows up, talons out. 3 attacks hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds at rend 1, 4 damage, tears through. The Gracier destroyed and removed from the battlefield. Total dominance from the Lord Vigilant. The Clanrats pile into combat. 10 attacks, hitting on 4s. 5 hits, wounding on 5s. 4 wounds coming through. 4 3-up saves for the Lord Vigilant. Makes every save. Ending the combat phase. End of turn for the Skaven. Seething Swarm activated for D3 slain models to return. 1 single Clanrat returns to the unit. No other end of turn abilities. Blood objective remains unclaimed. The Skaven score their battle tactic with Holy Ground for 1 victory point. 1 single victory point at the end of turn 1. Ending the turn and StormCast leading with 4 victory points. End of Battle Round 1. Battle Round 2. Roll off. StormCast Eternals take priority. The twist card revealed uncompromising invasion. The underdog is a Skaven, selecting the Clawlord and increasing its control score by 4. The StormCast choose to take first turn. Battle tactics. StormCast keep raise. They draw Holy Ground and Grip of Death. Skaven burn Dig 2 Graves and Grip of Death, receiving attack on 2 fronts, Morbid Consecration and Raise. Start a turn for the StormCast Eternals. Grip of Death, Holy Ground and Raise all looking achievable. No start of turn abilities, ending the phase and into the hero phase. The Lord Veritant attempts Cleansing Fires into the Clawlord, chanting on 2d6. Snake Eyes. The Lord Vigilant uses Plan the Attack, selecting the Blood objective. No other abilities this phase, ending the hero phase. In the movement phase, the Liberators make their way toward the Clawlord. Lord Veritant moves towards a large terrain feature in friendly territory. Prosecutors advance towards a blood objective, ending the movement phase. Shooting phase for the StormCast Eternals. Prosecutors line up the Clawlord with their Stormcall javelins. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. 2 5-up saves for the Clawlord. Both failed. First damage roll. D3 for 2 damage. 2 6-up ward saves. Both failed. Second D3 damage. Another 2 damage. 2 more 6-up wards. Both failed. 4 damage total, leaving the Clawlord on 3 wounds remaining, ending the shooting phase. Charge phase for the StormCast Eternals. Liberators attempt the charge into the Clawlord, fail with a 4. The Prosecutors charge using Heralds of Righteousness, rolling 3d6. A 9. Ending the charge phase. Combat phase. First up, the Prosecutors into the Clawlord. 9 attacks, hitting on 2s with Plan the Attack active. Only 2 miss. Wounding on 3s. 6 wounds in total at rend 1. 6 5-up saves for the Clawlord. Fails 4. 4 6-up ward saves. 3 wounds taken. Enough to finish the Clawlord. The Lord of the Rats is slain. Clan Rats now strike into Lord Vigilant. 12 attacks, hitting on 4s. 7 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 single wound. 3-up save for the Lord Vigilant. Saved. Lord Vigilant immediately strikes back. Plan the attack, no longer effective here. Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds at Ren 2. 2 damage each. 8 damage, tearing through the unit. Clan Rats completely destroyed in one brutal sweep, with only a single Skaven unit left standing, ending the combat phase. End of turn for the StormCast Eternals. StormCast control every objective on the battlefield, scoring 1 for 1, 1 for 2 or more, and 1 for controlling more objectives than the opponent. Also completing Grip of Death, Holy Ground, and Raise. A full 6 victory points this turn. Ending the phase, StormCast Eternals 10, Skaven 1. StormCast are now in complete control of the battlefield. Start a turn for the Skaven. The odds are stacked heavily against them. No start of turn abilities, and very little promise on the battlefield. Ending the phase. Hero phase for the Skaven. The Warlock Engineer uses Final Breath, which is a command from the battle tactic Morbid Consecration. With Final Breath activated, Clawlord back into the battle once more, ending the hero phase. Movement phase for the Skaven. Gnaw Hole Ambush activated within 6 inches of a battlefield corner, taking hold of the Delusion objective. Clan Rats also arrive as reinforcements, entering within friendly territory, remaining 6 inches from enemy units and within 6 inches of the corner. Clawlord moves towards the Lord Veritant, contesting the Necropolis objective, ending the movement phase. Shooting phase for the Skaven. Warlock Engineer uses his once per battle warpstone laced bullets, gaining crit mortals this phase, targeting the Lord Vigilant. Using more warp energy, needing a 2. Fails. D3 damage suffered. 2 damage, leaving the engineer on 2 wounds remaining. Fight the overload. Shooting still takes place. Warplock musket, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. 1 becomes a critical auto wound. The remaining attack wounds on a 3. Fails. D3 damage from the critical hit. 3 damage. 5-up ward for the Lord Vigilant. Failed on a 3. 3 damage tears through, leaving Lord Vigilant hanging on a single wound remaining. Clawlord now lines up the rattling pistol into the Lord Veritant, needing him removed from the Necropolis objective. D6 attacks for 3. 1 hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wound at Rend 1. 5-up save for the Lord Veritant. Saved. Ending the shooting phase. Charge phase for the Skaven. Clawlord charges and crashes in with a 7. Clan Rats charge toward the blood objective with an 8, ending the charge phase. Combat phase. First up, the Clawlord. Cornered Rat ability effective. Attempting to finish Lord Veritant. 8 attacks hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 4 wounds at rend 1. 4 up saves. 2 made. 2 wounds go through. 5 up wards. First failed for 2 damage. Second failed for 4 damage, losing the ward on a 1. The Lord Veritant brought down to 2 wounds remaining. The Lord Vigilant now turns into the Clan Rats. 5 attacks hitting on 3s. 4 hits, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. 6 damage crashes through the Clan Rats, tearing through their saves. The Gryffstalker follows up with its talons. 3 attacks hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on a 3. Fails. 5 in Clan Rats strike back. 8 attacks hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves for the Lord Vigilant. Both failed. The Lord Vigilant falls. Prosecutors pile in and target the Clan Rat, who burn attack on 2 fronts for the command Translucent Flesh. Prosecutors hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 4 wounds. 4 6-up saves. Only 1 made. 3d3 damage. For 6 damage in total. Clan Rats are completely wiped out. Finally, the Lord Veritant retaliates into the Clawlord. Staff of Abjuration hitting on a 3. Fails. Judgment Blade now swings. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at rend 1. 2 5-up saves for the Clawlord. Both failed. First d3 damage. 1 damage. 6-up ward. Failed. Second d3. 2 damage. 2 6-up wards. Both failed. Clawlord slain for the second time this battle, and with it, any hope of stealing the Necropolis objective disappears, ending the combat phase. End of turn for the Skaven. The Delusion objective is secured. They score 1 victory point for holding 1 objective. Raise is also completed by reaching within 3 inches of the enemy battlefield edge. 2 victory points somehow scraped, clawed by the Skaven. StormCast leading 10 victory points to 3. End of Battle Round 2. Battle Round 3, roll off. The Skaven take priority. Twist card revealed. Coordinated bombardment. The underdog remains a Skaven, choosing the blood objective to suffer -1 to hit rolls. Winning the priority roll, the Skaven choose to take first turn, securing the double turn. There are no remaining battle tactics available for the Skaven. All or nothing. StormCast Eternals draw, dig 2 graves. Dice and Necropolis, and take without warning. Start of turn for the Skaven. No start of turn abilities, ending the phase. Hero phase for the Skaven. No hero phase actions, ending the phase. Movement phase for the Skaven. Clanrats scramble towards the central objectives, trying to claw something back into the game, ending the movement phase. Charge phase for the Skaven. The Clanrats attempt the charge. Rolling a 5. Just enough. StormCast immediately respond, using the command countercharge. Lord Veritant charges into the Clanrats. Rolling an 8, making it in, ending the charge phase. Combat phase. Clanrats pile in first, swarming the prosecutors. 20 attacks, hitting on 4s. Seven hits, wounding on 5s. 1 single wound. No rend. 3-up save for the prosecutors. Saved with a 4. Not a single scratch finding its mark. Prosecutors immediately retaliate. 9 Storm Called Javelin attacks, hitting on 4s due to the twist card. 6 hits, wounding on 3s. 4 wounds at rend 1. 4 6-up saves for the Clanrats. No saves made. 4 damage tears through the unit, leaving 6 Clanrats remaining. The Lord Veritant piles in. Staff of Abjuration, hitting on a 3. Fails. Judgment Blade follows. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All hit. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at rend 1. 2 6-up saves for the Clanrats. Both failed. D3 damage. 1, 3, 4 damage total. Ending the combat phase. End of turn for the Skaven. Seething Swarm activated. Returning 3 Clanrats to the battlefield. Still not enough bodies to reclaim the objective. The Skaven score 1 victory point for controlling a single objective. Ending the turn with Stormcast Eternals 10, Skaven 4. Start of turn for the Stormcast Eternals in Battle Round 3. Battle Tactics active. Deus of Necropolis and Take Without Warning. No start of turn abilities. Ending the phase. Hero phase for the Stormcast Eternals. Lord Veritant attempts cleansing fires into the Clanrats. Chanting rolls on these 6s. For 6 chanting rolls. First roll. Failed. Second. Failed. Third. Failed again. 2 more chants coming in. A 5 finally lands. Failed. Cleansing fires, removing 1 Clanrat from the unit. Ending the hero phase. Movement phase for the Stormcast Eternals. The Liberators advance. Moving a total of 9 inches across the battlefield. Ending the movement phase. Charge phase for the Stormcast Eternals. The Liberators attempt a Faith charge. Rolling a 10. Even with the distance is not enough to reach the Engineer. They do have range to engage the Clanrats, but choose not to commit. Ending the charge phase. Combat phase. Lord Veritant attacks first into the Clanrats. Staff of Abjuration hitting on a 3. Fails. Judgment Blade swings. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound at Rend 1. 6 up save for the clan rats. Failed. D3 damage for 2 damage. 2 clan rats removed. The remaining clan rats lash out into the prosecutors. 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound. 3 up save for the prosecutors. Saved. Again, no damage finding its target. The prosecutors retaliate into the final clan rat. 9 attacks from Stormcall Javelins, hitting on 4s because of the active Twist card. Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds. 4 6 up saves for the clan rats. Failed. Clan rats are completely destroyed. Only a single rat remains alive on the battlefield. StormCast, successfully dealing damage this turn, ending the combat phase. End of turn for the StormCast Eternals. StormCast control the Necropolis objective, Blood objective, and the Night objective, scoring 1 for controlling 1, 1 for controlling 2 or more objectives, and 1 for controlling more objectives than the opponent. Also completing the battle tactic, the Dais of Necropolis. A total of 4 victory points scored this turn. Brutal third battle round for the StormCast Eternals. StormCast Eternals 14, Skaven 4. End of Battle Round 3. Battle Round 4, roll off. StormCast Eternals win priority. The Aside Twist card is revealed. Secured supply lines. The underdog is a Skaven, with the Warlock Engineer selected. If contesting either of the chosen terrain features, the Engineer gains a 5-up ward save. Battle Tactics. StormCast Eternals have taken the first turn and therefore receive no additional battle tactics. Sticking with Take Without Warning. The Skaven draw Dais of Blood, War of Attrition, and the Dais of Necropolis. Start of turn for the StormCast Eternals. Taking the double turn into round 4, only Take Without Warning remains active, ending the phase and into the hero phase. Hero phase for the StormCast Eternals. The Warlock Engineer cannot be seen by the Lord Veritant, ending the hero phase. Movement phase for the StormCast Eternals. Prosecutors move across to secure the Delusion objective. They remain within shooting range of the Warlock Engineer. The Liberators advance towards the Engineer. The Lord Veritant also closes in on the lone surviving rat, ending the movement phase. Shooting phase for the StormCast Eternals. Prosecutors hurl their Stormcall Javelins into the Warlock Engineer. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wound at Rend 1. 6 up save for the Engineer. Failed. D3 damage for 1 damage. Warlock Engineer survives on a single wound remaining, ending the shooting phase. Charge phase for the StormCast Eternals. Lord Veritant charges the Warlock Engineer. A 7 makes it in. The Liberators attempt their charge, fail with a 3, ending the charge phase. Combat phase. Lord Veritant strikes first. Staff of Abjuration. 1 attack, hitting on 3. Hits, wounding on a 3. Wounds at rend 1. 6 up save for the Engineer. Made. The rat survives. The Judgment Blade follows. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All 3 hit, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at rend 1. 2 6-up saves required. Double 6s. The Warlock Engineer somehow survives. An incredible display of resilience. The Engineer strikes back with a Warp Forged Dagger. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. No wounds, ending the combat phase. End of turn for the Stormcast Eternals. The Delusion objective is secured. Scoring 1 for 1 objective, 1 for 2 or more objectives, and 1 for controlling more objectives than your opponent. Take without warning also completed. A total of 4 victory points scored this turn. Despite every effort, the Stormcast failed to finish the stubborn Warlock Engineer before the final Skaven turn, ending the turn with the Stormcast Eternals 18, the Skaven 4, ending the turn. Start of turn for the Skaven. Battle tactics available: War of Attrition, Dais of Necropolis, and the Dais of Blood. Locked in combat and running out of options. No start turn abilities, ending the phase. No hero phase for the Skaven. Movement phase for the Skaven. The Warlock Engineer could retreat, claim objectives, and attempt to salvage a few points. Instead, he chooses vengeance, ending the movement phase. No shooting phase for the Skaven. No charge phase for the Skaven, leading straight into the combat phase. The Warlock Engineer strikes first into the Lord Veritant. 3 attacks with the Warp Forged Dagger, hitting on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on 4s. 1 wound. No rend, 3 up save for the Lord Veritant. Made on a 5. The attack bounces harmlessly away. The Lord Veritant responds. Staff of Abjuration. 1 attack, hitting on a 3. Fails. The Judgment Blade swings. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound at rend 1. 6 up save for the Engineer. Failed. D3 damage. The rat is splat. The stubborn Warlock Engineer is finally slain, ending the combat phase. End of turn for the Skaven. No objectives claimed, no battle tactics completed, no victory points scored. End of Battle Round 4. Stormcast Eternals have utterly crushed and controlled the Skaven across this sand and bone battlefield. A ruthless, one-sided display from start to finish. Final score: Stormcast Eternals 18, Skaven 4. The reign of the Skaven comes to an end. The Stormcast Eternals remain on the throne and claim victory. Thank you for watching. I hope you've had fun. Hope you've been entertained. Free your creativity. Bye.